to match my man purse. Yeah. Oh, that's tough. You know, I got to meet all of them right before Joey died. Yeah, this is a funny business story. I was in New York. Not kidding, I'm taking close. I used to work for a law firm, and I was in New York on business doing a rollout of a, hang on. Oh, and it even smells new. Wow, thank you so much. I will. Is your mom here? Where are you, Mom? Raise your hand. Hi, Mom. We'll get a picture. I'll get a picture of us later. And you, too. I love it, and I wear hoodies all the time, so my friends tease me, they're like, it's the summer, take your hoodies off. I'm like, no. But I was in New York on a business trip, and I saw that the Ramones were doing, the Ramones anthology had just come out, and they were doing a signing at the Virgin Megastore at, not Washington Square, but over where the De La Guardia Theater is. I was supposed to be at work till like 8 o'clock that night, and the signing started at like 8:30 or 9, and suddenly and magically around 5:30 I started not feeling so good and left to go to my hotel to change clothes to race across to the other side of town to get in line. And I felt kind of dorky. I'm like, I've seen the Ramones several times live. Why am I waiting in line to get their autograph? But I had never gotten their autograph ever. I had met Dee Dee once, and I was friends with a lot of other musicians that record with them. But there was some nerdy, like, fanboy part of me that was like, they're all gonna be there, including Tommy, which was really weird. It was gonna be, you know, Joey, Dee Dee, Marky, Johnny, and Tommy, which would be the first time all 5 of them did anything together, you know, as a group. So it was like, you know, the 4 originals plus the stand-in Ramone. And so I did it. I was like, well, you know, if I don't get this autograph, I'll never forgive myself for it. Well, I met them, and then a month later, Joey died. So I'm like, oh, thank God you did that, thank God you did that, because it was really my last chance. But I think if I had to pick, it's hard. It's either Joey or Dee Dee. Joey, just because, what a freak of nature Joey was. Like, I went back, if you get a chance, get that pink, there's a pink DVD that came out. I got it for Christmas, so I don't know the name of it, but it's clips of them all through their career, and there's a shot of Joey singing I Don't Want to Go Down to the Basement, and he just looks like a retarded, like, flamingo. He's so tall, and his legs are long, and he's, like, he doesn't really know what to do with his body. He's so weird looking, and I'm like, you know, if a guy like that nowadays tried to start a punk rock band, you know, the stupid hardcore kids would be like, ugh, but like, Joey was just a freak and didn't care. So I like Joey, but all the girls seem to like Dee Dee the best. Dee Dee was, I think, the best looking of the Ramones boys. So and he at least deserves extra points because he tried to have a rap career later and it didn't do too well. So Dee Dee gets a little bravery points for me. But yeah, it's either one of the two of them. Oh my God, thank you so much. Truth is, I wanted to play Beck, but I wasn't allowed to. So, but anyway, thank you. Oh my God, I was jealous of this when you had it on yesterday. Thank you. Wow.
I've been wanting to know, who's your favorite character to play, Son Goku or Manen?
Between the two, I'd have to say Son Goku. I love Manen, but Son Goku has more to do with me. Manen is based on one of my best friend's little brothers, and that's really all that's Manen in a nutshell, only without the filthy mouth. But like, I have a friend, my friend Kevin, his little brother is one of those kids that doesn't realize he's 10 to 15 years younger than everybody else. And so he always wants to be doing, you know, he wants to be where the big kids are. And that's kind of who Manen is. And he's sweet, and so is Dustin. So that's kind of who he's based on. Whereas Son Goku is like me in a lot of ways, aside from my inexcusable appetite for coffee. But his loyalty to his friends and his sometimes unexpected temper. I just have more in common with that guy, and so yeah, it would be of those two, it would be him. But it's always hard to pick a very favorite. Oh my God, there's S. Maria. But yeah, it's him. Thank you. Hello.
How is it to play Heimdall?
Heimdall, you know what? Thank you for asking about Ragnarok, or Mythical Detective Loki Ragnarok, because I play Rowan in Ragnarok, the animation, so that's weird now. I'm in both Ragnaroks. Mythical Detective was weird because Heimdall is such a cool character at the beginning of the show, and then he kind of turns into a coos halfway through. He's like comic relief. And I was like, wow, when I started this show, he was kind of spooky, and I wouldn't have messed with this guy. And now, like, him and Freya are in the kitchen making food, and, like, they are, like, this dysfunctional gay couple. You know, I was just like... But finally, at the end, and I won't spoil it for anybody that's not seen it, like, just when I thought I just really couldn't stand that character, he had one beautiful act of defiance, right? Like, his last moment on screen was such a middle finger that I was like, there's Heimdall! So, he was, and you know what I'm talking about. Just like, yeah. But I loved playing him, but I got really, that's a character I got really frustrated with. I kind of understand how, well, no, I don't. Spike Spencer's always quoted as, you know, not liking Shinji Ikari. You know, he just hated playing that character. I can understand being frustrated with the character, but Spike's problem is that Shinji is a wimp, and God knows I've never played a wimp ever. And see, I love those characters, but I was frustrated, I guess, because Heimdall starts off not wimpy. Heimdall starts off very, you know, creepy and like, give me back my eye. And then he turns into like, you know, where are the vegetables coming from? Like, just, I felt like the show had forgotten where it was going for a while. But I was glad to see that they brought him full circle at the end, because I loved it. And he had the same color hair as me at the same time. I had that same color hair while I was recording the show, so got it like that. Thank you. Hello.
But I was wondering, which one did you find more fun to play, Chrono or Satoshi?
Oh, wow. See, now we're getting versus questions. I would be lying if I said it wasn't Chrono. Chrono is going to be one of my all-time favorite characters for the rest of my life. Because of who he was and because of the story itself. Satoshi's a little harder to fall in love with, which I managed to fall in love with Satoshi, but he's more of a sad character. He's kind of a victim of his family, and he's kind of spooky at the beginning. But when you have a character that's unfortunate and kind of does what he can best to get out of the situation, and I think Satoshi gets out of the situation he's in fairly well, and then you hold it up next to somebody like Chrono, who really there's no comparison. I mean, he's such a big character. Even when he's little, he's big. That character, I don't know why, but I will always be really attached to Chrono. And I have AB to thank for some of it, because, you know, before I finished recording it, I met Moriyama, the mangaka, and got to sit and talk with him, and Patrick and Liz were there to see exactly what a dork I can be. Because you want to talk about almost peeing on myself, like, I was very, very excited, but getting to meet him and ask him a few questions about the show and really know how much he loved that story, and if you ever get the chance to meet him, he's the nicest human being on earth. But that had a lot to do with when I went back home to finish the show, which the very end of the show is really heavy. It meant so much more to me knowing that I was, you know, this was his story and all of that. So AB had its own hand in the end of Chrono Crusade. Not that we could have done anything to change anything, but yeah, so it'll definitely be Chrono. But I love D and Angel. The art history nerd in me loved all the art references, and I love the kind of creepy yaoi overtones that are really not there, that everybody loves to pretend exist. You know, Satoshi does end up with a girlfriend at the end of the show, no matter how many times he touches Daisuke's arms. It's just for fun. So, but I think it's funny. I definitely like the fact that his glasses are 5 times bigger than his face most times. So, but yeah, it's unfortunately Chrono for the win. So, thank you.